1. Northern Lights in warmer weather. Watching the Northern Lights in autumn. Shutterstock. The Aurora zone's autumn auroras in Lapland and Torasiepi may seem off-peak, but there are bonuses to traveling during the Ruska. The lack of snow means darker skies, all the better for aurora, which you might see reflected in the unfrozen lakes. Warmer climes make the journey more comfortable, but also means the local wildlife is more active. There's also lots of daylight for hikes in Palace National Park. Trip, Torasiepi, autumn auroras in Lapland. Who? The Aurora zone type, small group when, October. Traverse Myanmar's golden land, balloons over Bagan, Burma. Shutterstock. Experience the lush green of Myanmar's wet season on Transindus's essential Myanmar tour. October to December is the perfect time for photographs, as the rains are irregular and you can still balloon over Bagan, explore the sites around Mandalay, and visit the floating villages of Inle Lake. Visits to sites such as Shwedagon Pagoda and the iconic Ubine Bridge will be timed to avoid the crowds, and supplemented by offbeat walks. Trip, essential Myanmar. Who? Transindus type, small group when, October to Dec. How long? 10 days. How much? From £1,495 EXC, flights 3. Journey to Bolivia's salt plains. Walking on the mirrored salt flats. Oddly, watch one of the world's natural wonders turn into a giant mirror. During the rainy season, Bolivia's famous salt flats are submerged in a layer of water, and the reflections make for great photos. Audla's classic Bolivia tour will further cover a sizable chunk of the country, driving through the high plains of Uyuni, catching flamingos, lagoons and rock formations at Villamar and San Cristobal. Other ports of call are the former capital, Sucre, the mining city of Potosi and the current capital, La Paz. Trip, classic Bolivia. Who? Oddly type, small group when, in November to Mar. How long? 12 days. How much? From £5,260 Inc. Flights 4. Flora and fauna in Costa Rica. A sea turtle in Tadagaro National Park. Shutterstock. There's a wealth of jungle wildlife on Toucan Travel's Costa Rica and Compass tour. Go during rainy season for the incredible opportunity to get close to the nesting green sea turtles. In Tadagaro National Park, you'll also enjoy a visit to Monteverde Cloud Forest Reserve, and hike to the Arenal volcano. After all that activity, you'll enjoy some downtime and relaxation on the beaches of Manuel Antonio National Park and Cahuita National Park. Trip, Costa Rica and Compass. Who? Toucan Travel type, small group when, July to October. How long? 14 days. How much? From £961 EXC. Flights 5. Dive with dolphins in the Maldives. Wild dolphins in the Maldives. Shutterstock. Travel during the wet season to go diving with sharks, rays, and dolphins, minus the crowds. Dive Worldwide's Dive Bao Atoll trip lets you choose from over 35 dive sites. You'll be surrounded by uninhabited islands, but few other divers. Rainfall is heavy but often short and predictable, so during sunny spells you can relax on sandy beaches amid tropical vegetation and turquoise lagoons. Trip, Dive Bao Atoll. Who? Dive Worldwide type, small group when, May to October. How long? 10 days. How much? £2,475 EXC, flights 6. Taken Russia's snow-covered site, St. Petersburg, Russia. In winter, Regent Holidays. See St. Petersburg at its sparkliest on Regent Holidays. St. Petersburg short break in winter. The city never looks picture postcard prettier than under a dusting of snow. Wrap up warm to revel in St. Petersburg's wintry charm. Visit the Hermitage Museum, the palaces of Tsarskoye Selo and other historic gems. Bonus: winter's the cheapest time to visit too. Trip, St. Petersburg short break. Who? Regent Holidays type, tailor-made when, Dec to Mar. How long? 6 days. How much? From £930 EXC. Flights 7. Goblet gorillas in East Africa. Mountain gorillas in Rwanda. Shutterstock. Travel on Oasis Overland's Gorillas and Game Parks tour in April or May and save some serious cash. In these off-peak months, a gorilla trekking permit is £225 cheaper. This particular trip starts and ends in Nairobi, and travels through Kenya, Uganda and Rwanda. Over 19 busy days, you'll tick off East African game parks, Nile cruising, whitewater rafting and, of course, close-up gorilla encounters. Trip, Gorillas in Game Parks Who, Oasis Overland Type, Small Group When, April. Flights, 8. Try another route to Machu Picchu, meeting the locals in Machu Picchu, Dragoman. Even though the classic Inca Trail is closed in February, you can still experience Machu Picchu in all its glory on Dragoman's Inca Heartland Tour. You'll take an alternative route up to this classic travel icon, if you're hungry for more relics of ancient civilization. The trip also visits the Inca city of Cusco and the pre-Inca Silistani ruins, as well as the floating villages of Lake Titicaca and the Bolivian capital, La Paz. Trip, the Inca Heartland Who, Dragoman Type, Small Group When, February. How long? 12 days. How much? From £628 EXC. Flights, 9. Spy hippos and leopards in Zambia. Hippos in Zambia. Wildlife worldwide. Wildlife worldwide's rivers. This is the only time boat safaris run. The river is bursting with life, while leopard, elephants and other game thrive on its banks, as do 450 species of birds. Night drives and treks are available, too. Trip, Rivers. Flights, 10. Walk on Chile's wild side. Guanaco and Torres del Paine National Park, Chile. Shutterstock. Spotting one of nature's most impressive big cats, the puma, will be easier thanks to Journey Latin America's Trek and Torres del Paine Tour. In these cooler climes, you will seldom see other travelers in Chile's Torres del Paine National Park, meaning the mammal is less likely to hide in the undergrowth. It's not just pumas, geese, guanaco and condors will all be more frequent, while the autumn colors or snow, depending when you go, is great news for photographers. Trip, Active Chile, Trek and Torres del Paine Who, Journey Latin America Type, Small Group When, July to October. How long? 13 days. How much? From £4,061 EXC. Flights, 11. Serengeti Safari in rainy season. Lionesses in the rain. Serengeti. Shutterstock. Flock to Tanzania during the off-season to see more than 500 species of migratory birds, including the great white pelican, Caribbean flamingo and lesser spotted eagle. The rainy season is the only time of year to see them. The quieter period during Intrepid's Serengeti Trail Tour means navigating parks such as Tarangire National Park and Lake Manyara National Park will be easier. You'll also have an easier time spotting the Big Five. Trip, Serengeti Trail Who, Intrepid Type, Small Group When, March to April. How long? 8 days. How much? From £996 EXC. Flights, 12. See Yellowstone in wondrous white Grand Prismatic Spring with snow-covered hills. Yellowstone. Shutterstock. Take in the snow-dusted peaks of two of the USA's superlative national parks, Yellowstone and Grand Teton, with Wildlife Worldwide's ultimate Yellowstone winter wolf. Spotting wolves, bears and bison will be easier against the snow. Prepare to don your snowshoes for an epic hike through Grand Teton, and enjoy a night under the stars with an evening of astronomy at Spring Creek Ranch. Trip, Yellowstone Ultimate Wolf. Visit Angkor Wat without the crowds. Buddhist monk at Angkor Wat, Shutterstock. Think Cambodia's rainy season is all relentless monsoons and unbearable heat. Think again. The rainy season in Cambodia is actually short and sharp. The temple of Angkor Wat and the streets of Phnom Penh glisten after their hose down, and you'll see it all on All Points East's Cambodia Overland Tour. Explore the lush scenery, with a forest hike up Bakong Hill to visit the Phnom Bakong Temple and the jungle ruins of Phra Kon. Take advantage of the flooded forests for a boat tour to the floating villages of Battambang, before clambering aboard its famous bamboo train. Trip, Cambodia Overland Who, All Points East Type, Small Group When, September. How long? 10 days. How much? From £1,200 EXC.